What is going on, guys? It is a scarce news prodigy Jules here, the one that doesn't stretch the truth like an asshole. I just state facts that I know and shit. So anyway, in this video, this is sort of a continuation. I don't mean to stay on the subject, and no, I'm not trying to like clickbait people or gain tons of views, because it's not like the first video got that many views anyway. And I just kind of wanted to follow up. I'm gonna just name, like, there's a few more people that left, so I figured why not. I'll just put this shit here, like why they left and whatnot. And then I'm gonna talk a little bit about what I have learned about the whole situation so far with Myth, and why things sort of went the way they did. And so as soon, like literally, as I was rendering that video, that first video, I ended up seeing a few more tweets and actually talking to a few people. Brit had tweeted, "Left Myth Visuals and Myth Gaming. I've decided it is in my best interest to leave Myth Gaming. As a whole, it was my first big team that I joined, but when I joined, both times, it wasn't something that I expected. I wish to be respected as all the other designers, and I wasn't seeing that respect like everyone else because of history. So I thank all of you for the ongoing support, but at the moment, this is something I need to do to better myself. In my situation, all I ask is if you have a problem with this, to please keep it to yourself. Thank you very much, everyone that has stuck with me through the tough times, and I hope they will keep sticking with me through the future." I wrote Brit. And she gave thanks to KB, Cam, Phil, Lynn, and Peach, and whoever supported her. And then there's like this subliminal message, this sort of like riddle at the bottom. If you could figure that out and tell me what that means, well, yeah, you can get a shout out from everybody, literally. Yeah. And then Clownsy had also tweeted saying that he had left Myth Gaming, and he said, "This wasn't a surprise, and I don't know if I will hold a future in Myth or not, but as of now, the fact is the people who made me enjoy the team have left the team, as I believe it's either for being leadership issues or some other issue behind the scene. Anyways, that isn't the only reason. This opportunity gives me the ability to focus on G, which is Guardians, and make the team stronger than it has ever been. I want to thank Doom, Stellany, Optimize, Mush, Lynn, Blackout, Defiant, Twyman, Otter, Brit, Philly, and many others, because you all have helped me with my journey to stay in this team. It isn't a bad team, I just feel like my services are needed elsewhere, and all this gives me the opportunity to focus on what I have been enjoying, and that is Guardians. I overall have much more fun in the Guardians chat than the Myth chat. And it's a thing with smaller teams, but they feel like a family." Now this point right here, I can agree with that. A lot of small teams, it feels everybody's way tighter with each other, you know? It's like that grind to help each other, help bring something big to that small team. So I definitely agree with him on that point. Perhaps that's why I stayed in small teams up to this point in time. I don't suspect myself to change, and if I do it is for the better. I will definitely still do work for Myth if the leaders are fine with that. I just feel my priority should be on Guardians and myself as a person. Thank you all for understanding and believing me. Much love. And then Lynn had also left. "Hey guys, so I know this is probably either pretty shocking to you or you saw it coming from a mile away, but yeah, I left Myth. Myth was my home for almost 6 months and was undoubtedly my favorite time in the community by far. With that being said, I still love everyone in Myth and I wish the best for them. I just feel too much has changed. I just feel like too much has changed in these last few hours for me to even call it my home. I don't know. Don't mean to be too edgy or anything, but the people in Myth, specifically the editors, made me feel so welcomed and appreciated. And with many of them gone, I just feel like I'm going to sit there and only think about how much fun I used to have, rather than moving forward. Don't worry, I'm not quitting. We'll most likely stay solo for a while since I haven't experienced that in a bit, and just focus on me. The grind is still on, just with a different end goal. Anyone still in Myth, or anyone who has just left, I still love all of you, and I'd love to personally thank you for some of the best months I've ever had. Change isn't always a bad thing. Who knows? Maybe something amazing will come from this decision." And he says, special thanks to Philly, Stellany, Brit, Doom, Otter, Mush, Dual Sub, Clownsy, Peach, Defiant, Blackout. If you weren't mentioned, it's either because I didn't meet you through Myth or because we don't talk as much. No matter what, thank you all for the amazing memories and the amazing things we did as a team. Thanks for reading. Hope you guys won't dislike me now because of the team I'm in. Nothing has changed besides the letters in front of my name. And so yeah, I did talk to a few people, and from what I've heard so far, the main reason as to like why all this happened, it does have to do a lot with that. Basically after talking, I realized there's conflict between people within the team, like and the designing and other like sides. People were, instead of supporting each other, some people were throwing hate at each other, going behind their backs, talking to other people, saying that, oh, so and so isn't up to a certain standard, or so and so sucks, or they're not good. Some people were just talking down on each other. And then when it came to the leaders, some of the leaders, like, it's pretty clear, like, Otter's been too busy. All the leaders have their own stuff to do, but some of the leaders really weren't taking initiative and, like, helping stop this, and they were too busy focused on something else, or they just weren't even bothering to, like, respond to some of the, like, the people in the team that needed the help, that they needed. And it was, like, that bond between everybody that, who was it that had mentioned it? Was it Cloudsy that had mentioned it? I'm so sorry. Hold on. Yeah, it was Clownsy. The whole thing about that's true. Like a lot of these smaller teams, it does feel more like a family. But with Myth and from who I have talked to so far, it was like everything. It started to feel more like a job. It was less fun. It was pressure to like either like up your standard. It wasn't like something for enjoyment anymore. It wasn't something that could be enjoyed. Instead of a base. That's the best way I can honestly put it right now. Without that's the best way I could put it. It did not feel like a family before. It didn't feel like a whole group of friends that all like cared for each other and were all cool with each other and supported each other. It wasn't an entire a load of people that wanted to help each other. And then there were some leaders. There was leadership changes, where they weren't like. How do I put this? Like I said, leaders, they weren't assisting people with issues and whatnot. It was just, it's disagreements, it's small stuff, and I don't know. Apparently, this happened a year ago as well. I'm not entirely sure. It sucks to hear. It's sad, but I mean, it happens. It sucks that, I really hope that nobody's friendships or anything are impacted by what goes on in a team, because it's just ridiculous. You shouldn't, stuff like this shouldn't happen, but sadly it does. A lot of it was caused by some people within the team that were fairly toxic, and that's just what ended up causing all of this. And so that's why eventually some people left, others just kept on following, all the friends basically. And so it's completely understandable why they would leave. Like honestly, let's say if I was in a team and all my friends just started leaving or something, I wouldn't feel any need to be in that team anymore. I would want to be with my friends. Those are my true teammates, And so that's pretty much the basic information about what's been going on. I'm not gonna say too much about everything. It's just whatever else you guys. If you just keep looking on Twitter, eventually the leaders or other members will make videos. They'll talk about it themselves. Just give it time. I'm just a guy here. And yeah, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this. Go ahead, like and comment if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. That definitely helps me. Check out whatever other stuff. Thank you all for watching. And like I said, if one of you can solve that little message at the bottom of Brit's tweet, if you solve that for me, well, you'll get a shout out. You get an upload all to yourself. How about that? You could submit a gameplay and you can be the star. I'll commentate it like I'm fucking like one of those announcers at those events. It'll be really dope. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video and peace.